Hello, happy Monday and welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Jordan Wilkerson. David is off today. He's actually doing the Reading Across America, Dr. Seuss's birthday thing, so I hope he's having fun, but I'm glad you're here with me today. We're going to get right into it because we've got Edward Waters University here. We want you to get your ballroom shoes shined and ready to go because we've got the Chief of Staff, Luz Narcisse, and Regional Development Director, Paul Glerson, to tell us about the 2026 Mayor's Masked Ball. Great to see you both. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's so good to see you.
Oh my gosh, I have to say, I did go to this. I was so honored to be a date, a +1 to this event last year, and it was fabulous. But for those who have not heard about it, tell us, what is it?
So the Mayor's Masked Ball, this would be our 4th Mayor's Masked Ball in Jacksonville, and it's a collaboration between Edward Waters University and UNCF. It was actually brought here about 4 years ago, right, under President Faison's administration.
Yes, yes.
And it's an opportunity for us to gather our community and support Edward Waters University and UNCF.
That's wonderful. So why would you say this is an important event, especially right now?
Well, I think the biggest reason is the students. You know, we are here to support students. We support, UNCF does over 100 students every year with $620,000 worth of scholarships,
wow,
which are in part raised through events like this, and to support Edward Waters University, one of our really preeminent institutions in Jacksonville and Florida.
Yeah, definitely. So where do the proceeds go then? Because this is all about raising money.
Absolutely. So it is a fundraiser, and like I said, it's a collaboration between Edward Waters University and UNCF. And as Paul shared, all the proceeds will go to our university and to our students. You've been to the event before. You've seen our students there, and really is our pride and joy. This is a way of getting our community together to support Florida's first HBCU and Jacksonville's only HBCU of Emerging Eminence. You know I'm going to shout my school out every single moment I get. But every single dollar raised at that event goes back into our students, which goes back into our community and back into Jacksonville.
And that's so nice to know too exactly where your money's going, and you know that it's going to be helping our community. So what can folks expect?
A great time.
Yeah,
you know,
it was.
We're going to have a wonderful event. We've got some great entertainment from Dats Pressure, a local band here in Jacksonville.
Very cool.
And we're going to have a wonderful evening. We're going to make you laugh. We're going to make you cry, hopefully a little bit.
Just a little.
And hopefully at the end of the day, we're going to raise a lot of money to support our event and Edward Waters University.
Yes, and there was a dinner that was lovely. Yes. Absolutely love that. And we had some dancing too, which I really enjoyed.
The dinner, I get to taste the menu tasting is on Monday,
yeah.
so I'll probably shoot you a text message to let you know what to expect.
Oh, that's fun.
It's going to be delicious.
Oh, and then, okay, so I did wear a mask. So yeah, tell everyone like kind of the dress code if they show up.
Sure. So it's a formal event, black tie. We also want to make sure that everybody wears their mask.
Yes.
You know, make sure they have really something that stands out for their event.
Right.
And it's a chance to really get dressed up and enjoy the evening. So again, black tie, formal.
It's so cool to see all the different outfits. Everyone looks so amazing. What makes 2026 special?
I think what will always make any of these events special is that we're thinking about our students in the future of Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
So for us this year, our focus is to ensure that we bring in more dollars to ensure that we can support more students at our great institution and that it goes back into Jacksonville. And of course, while it's been a masquerade ball before, I think this year with, you know, the new Bridgerton special and all the things, you may want to step it up and have a great mask. And you never know, you may find not only a great time with eating and food, but if you're single, you may find a great love there too. You never know.
Ready to mingle. All right. Well,
I think there's also an opportunity for us to honor some great people. So
very
we're honoring
true.
Florida Blue.
Mayor will be there as well.
As the champion of education, and they're a great partner to us.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And we get to hear about this from the students. I think that's one of the greatest things about this event.
Yes.
And the thing that I look to the most is hearing from an actual student that goes to Edward Waters University that's benefiting from the work that we're doing.
Yes, that's
and
nice
hearing
to know.
her story. I'm not going to share her story just yet, but it is fantastic and something that nobody will want to miss.
Well, when is it and how can folks get involved?
So it is March 27th, Friday, March 27th at the Hyatt Regency, and Paul just shared our champion of education is Florida Blue, so we're very excited to be highlighting them. And to get more information, the website is
uncf.org/JaxMMB.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for joining us. It's going to be such a fun event, so make sure you find out more. Go to their website. All right, but I have to ask, you know, so we'll be dancing, we'll be eating, we'll be drinking, we'll be having some fun, we'll be giving back. And then we also might want to relax. Have you ever been to a salt cave before?
No.
Oh, check this out. I'm out here at Earth, Salt, Stone, a very relaxing, wonderful place in San Marco, and I am here with Kessler. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, thank you for coming.
And so what is Earth, Salt, Stone, and what ultimately inspired it?
So at the very core of it, we're essentially a community hub. I mean, we're a lot more than just retail, the Salt Cave, events that we do here. Essentially, the basis of it is we're a place for the community that can come and hang out and just have a great time.
Yeah, and I just love how relaxing though and soothing this place is too. It's really cool. And you offer a thing called Halo Therapy. So that is something that can help our overall wellness, but what exactly is it?
Halo therapy is essentially just dry salt therapy. It's a salted mist that comes out of our Halo generator. And what the Halo generator is it takes pure medical grade salt, grinds it up, and then dispenses it.
And so that's something that we're breathing and just kind of like ultimately all around?
Yeah, so whilst people are in the cave, they will visibly see this haze. That's the best way to explain it.
Okay.
It's a salted haze,
Right.
but you'll see it in the cave with you, and then you breathe in those microparticles, and it's amazing.
Oh my gosh, and sessions last about, what, 45 minutes?
Yes, 45 minutes.
Okay, and overall, what does it do for wellness?
So the three main areas are the respiratory system, the immune system, and it can also help with some skin conditions.
Oh.
So on the respiratory side, it does help to open up the airways and the lungs. Dry salt therapy is very detoxifying. And for some people that suffer with asthma, COPD, or just other breathing conditions, it can help kind of clear that up as well.
That's so interesting.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you also offer workshops and classes?
Yeah. So we do offer weekly yoga classes. We have one on Tuesdays at 10 to 10:45, and then we have one on Saturdays from 10 to 11:30. We offer different kinds of workshops from creative to making things. We have sound bath events, movie nights. Yeah.
And speaking of sound bath, I saw you have some bowls over here. Talk about some of the products you offer. I am so into this kind of stuff. I love crystals too.
So the brass bowls are Tibetan singing bowls.
Oh, okay.
We do have different kinds of wellness themed things here, from coloring books, journals, pencils, books. We have some natural skincare. We have some instruments like the tongue drums, jewelry, just
A little bit of everything,
Yeah,
it seems, in the wellness space, of course. And so how do you hope to have a lasting impact on the community? Because I know that this was really meant to kind of bring everyone together, right?
Yeah, so I know a lot of people don't know what a salt cave is. I didn't know what it was either until a year ago. My goal for the community is I want people to have a space that they can come to for whether it be to experience the cave, because I don't think people know it yet, but I think it's something that benefits everyone, whether it be getting over a sickness or whether it just be immunity boosting from the winter or from summer pollen, things like that. We always have different events here, so it's just something that I really want to bring people together for.
Yeah, well, this is going to be my first time. David is already in there. I'm jealous, but I can't wait. You're going to put us through a session, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. And then tell everyone, of course, if they're interested, where you're located and how they can learn more information.
So we are on Hendricks Avenue, right before or right after, depending on which way you're coming from, the Dunkin' Donuts. But we're right in between Second Wind Cigars and Mixer's Nitrogen Ice Cream.
So good.
Yes.
And then website as well, we can get more info?
Yes, www.earthsaltstone.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wait, can we end the session in the segment with maybe a little gong? Oh, thank you. And if you'd like to see this interview again, everyone, just head to First Coast News Plus.
We are celebrating a week of comedy here on First Coast Living. Our first comedian coming to the stage. This comedian is one of the funniest people you will ever meet. He has worked with some of the biggest names like Cheryl Underwood, Mojo Brooks, and D.L. Hughley, the king of comedy himself. He has a comedy special coming up called Therapy. Y'all, welcome to the stage, The Last Leroy.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Yeah, all right. So this goes out to all of you deacons and pastors out there that's in the church. You know who you are. You know, like Terry at the Citadel, and Tim that's at Celebration, and Rudolph that's over there at Bethel, and George. Yeah, I'm calling y'all by your first name, that Impact Church. Listen, I'm tired of you all telling us what to do doing church service. You come out to your pulpit and you point at us, and when you point at us, you always tell us to turn to our neighbor. And when we turn to our neighbor, we do it because we got to, because God told you to tell us to do it. And then when we do it, we get to our hallelujahs and all our thank you Jesuses, and then the person we talk to says hallelujah really hard, and then says thank you Jesus, and it's really wet, and that piece of wet spit fly out, and it hit me on the lip, and I start shaking. I start shaking and convulsing and everything, and then next thing you know, the usher gate people come out and they want to put the usher gate on because they think I caught the Holy Spirit. No, I ain't got the Holy Spirit. I didn't caught the bird flu. No, I caught COVID in the church. I got COVID 19, 20, and 21. That's at the church. Now I'm sick and everything. And plus, also, I'm telling y'all, this is the secret. Listen, the devil is sneaking in the house of the church and killing off your congregation because he's hanging in the back of the throat of these people that got like halitosis and is bad, and he's hanging on a little tonsil ball back there, and the devil, and he has his pitchfork and he's stabbing their tonsil with like death and funk. And listen, I'm tired. I know that I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all. Listen, y'all give these people, give them the good mint. See, I snuck into the pastor's office. I snuck into the pastor's office in the back, and y'all got these mints, and they bigger, and when you put them on your tongue, oh man, it melts, and then it covers and coats the tongue, and it kills off the bacteria and all of that. But see, you give us, when we come in, you give us these dollar store, Dollar General mints, and next thing you know, it's like they pre-sucked. The red part ain't even red no more on the thing, and next thing you know, the plastic is then stuck on the daggone. Now I got to suck the plastic off the mints. You know what I'm saying? So, moral of the story is, get better. Get better. Amen. Yo, so y'all can check me out. My name is The Last Leroy. I got a special that's coming out that's called Therapy. You can see it at the Comedy Zone. That's going to be June 18th. And y'all just had Funny Bone here. Funny Bone, we got the Clean Getaway. I'll be on that show as well with Funny Bone, as well as my brother, who's going to also be doing his special called Stroke Talk 3 Finally. So thank you all for having me.
That was The Last Leroy. Y'all stick around. We'll have an interview with him. You can hear more from him. We'll be back.
For over 40 years, ProCraft Cabinetry has been the builder's choice for multifamily cabinet solutions. From apartments to condos and large-scale housing developments, our durable cabinets are designed to handle the demands of your projects. Visit jax.procraftcabinetry.com.
Have a seat, Tom.
You wouldn't have a barbershop quartet deliver bad news.
Unfortunately, we have some bad news.
You're being laid off, effective immediately. You have already been locked out of your email and someone will escort you out of the building. So long.
Just like you wouldn't have anyone but Morgan & Morgan handle your injury case. With over $30 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
I'd say the overall buying experience was very seamless.
When you think of Pella, you think of a high-quality window. So I was just blown away at the affordability.
The Pella install team was fantastic from start to finish. They were very courteous and treated our home as we would want it to be treated. Pella's warranty on these windows makes us feel very good about the purchase.
I'm so happy with how they turned out.
Pella windows and doors are on sale now. Schedule a free in-home consultation today.
Fish delish, fish delish. New crispy, crunchy shrimp out high with fish puffs inside. New $5.99 full meal deals. Unreal. Captain D's fish delish.
First Coast News on your side recognizes our teachers.
They do so much for our kids.
So together, let's all shine a spotlight on them.
Nominate a deserving teacher today. Teacher of the Week is sponsored by Keith Pearson Toyota.
It's the Rooms to Go anniversary sale, and this year we're bringing 60 back. That's right, 60-month interest-free financing on the hottest pieces and coolest packages store-wide. And that's not all. This year we're bringing more style, more savings, more possibilities for every room. Are you ready? It's time to shop. It's time to save. It's the Rooms to Go anniversary sale going on now.
Makes it easy to make changes to my policy. Oh, great. You can add Sarah here. It's Julie. Right. Sarah was the one your mom really liked. Hi, Julie.
If you're thinking about retirement, you might be asking yourself a lot of questions. Have I saved enough? What about taxes, inflation, healthcare? Well, Bob Horn of New Venture Financial Group has the strategies that you need to help plan for your retirement. Don't miss Retirement Perspectives with Bob Horn.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's time for Modern Motherhood. You know, I'm over here talking with Dominique Landry here of Jacksonville Moms. She's also the founder of Fit Enough. We were just talking off camera about, you know, ways to stay in shape and our meal plans and things like that. But today we're talking about strength training, specifically for moms, and why it's so important. Great to see you again.
You always.
I always love your tips because I'm into this lifestyle. I'm not a mom. This is good information for everybody.
Is.
But specifically for moms over 30, why is it so important to prioritize strength training?
For moms and for anyone over 30, the metabolism slows down, and so actually strength training is going to help keep that metabolism high. So we continue to burn, right, is what we want to do, our calories.
Right.
We want to look good.
Yeah,
too.
Of course. Look good and feel good.
Look good and feel good. And so strength training is going to help you do that, especially as you age.
Right. And they say about the metabolism is because we have a higher one when we have more muscle, right?
Exactly.
And if we are just losing our muscle, that metabolism is going to drop.
You got it.
Okay. So a lot of moms focus on cardio. Why is that a mistake to just focus on cardio?
Okay, so this is one of the things. It's like if you were born in like the 80s, 90s, and maybe even the early 2000s, we were taught nonstop that cardio was what we needed to do to work out. I don't think I was told anything about strength training, and I was an athlete.
Oh, wow.
Until I was probably past college age.
Wow.
And so I think one of those things is like mark yourself safe if you survive that era, right? Because it was hell on us because you just thought that all you had to do was like run, bike, and do all those things.
Right.
And so now I think we're at an age where we're realizing that strength training is probably the most important thing you can do, one, as you age, but also for your body because it protects your bone.
Right.
Again, as you mentioned, it supports your metabolism. And so it's one of those shifts that we really love to see in fitness, and like people continue to like come around to that because while cardio is good, and I'm not saying don't do cardio, right?
Still need it.
Still do cardio. It is great for your health. It is just when you think about the wholeness of your body and what you need as a total, you also need to be strength training.
Yes, definitely. Doing both is ideal, right?
Ideal, yes.
So what are some of the biggest benefits moms will notice once they start incorporating strength training?
One, I think you will look more confident. And I say this like lovingly, but it's also, you know, it's a scary world out there. And I always want to look like the person that you don't want to kidnap, right? Like I want to look like the person that you say like, okay, she's going to put up a fight.
That's right.
Strong. And I think that's just generally the goal, right? So it's aesthetics that you'll look better, but you'll feel better. It's good for your core. It's good for your back. It helps prevent injuries. And so those are all the reasons why we really need to think through. We want to be strong, and it matters. It does.
Now, if they're new to lifting, how duration, how many times a week, what should they be doing?
So I think the goal is always about 2 to 3 times a week of strength training, and then you do those cardio the other 2 to 3 times a week to mix it up, of course. And you do not need to spend hours at the gym. That was another thing that we were taught often, that you needed to be at the gym for hours and hours. Most of the time I'm working out for about 30 minutes because that's what I have throughout the day. Even 15 minutes of like focused strength training is going to be better than anything. So you don't have to stay long. If you're doing it 2 to 3 times a week, your goal is 20 to 30 minutes, and then you can be done.
I love that. And we're out of time, but the 3 moves that she thinks that you should really focus on to get started: squats,
a squat move,
a hinge move, whether good morning or deadlift,
and that's total body.
All right, I love that. Thank you so much. And Fit Enough on Instagram is also, you can go to JacksonvilleMom.com for more. Thank you. It's always great to see you. So now that we've talked about working out, it's time to eat. What do you think about that?
Love it.
Check this out.
We got a new spot. What's up, foodies? I'm over here in the Lakewood neighborhood. I've got owner Hughes, and I am here at Bold Bird's Nashville Hot Chicken. Look, I'm about to get my face melted here, and I am so super excited. Hughes, thank you so very much for having me here, man.
Thanks for coming.
I really appreciate it. So, full disclosure, you know, I live over in the Avondale neighborhood. You guys have one in Murray Hill.
That's right.
My brother and I typically go there and melt our faces fairly regularly.
Okay.
But you guys, this is a new location over here, and you guys have expanded the menu a little bit. Tell us about Bold Birds, and then tell us about what you've done here.
So Bold Birds is a family-owned local restaurant. We opened, as you said, over in the Avondale, Murray Hill area in May of 2020.
Congratulations.
Opened here in Lakewood, got a spot on the other side of the river. But when we did open over here, we took the opportunity to expand on the menu a little bit at both locations.
Yeah.
So we've added a few more salads.
Yeah, let me hear, what is this one?
This is the Cobb salad. So it's got, you know, bacon, blue cheese, egg, said bacon already.
Well, you can say
tomatoes.
bacon twice.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And we have a little avocado ranch with that we serve with that. You can also get fried chicken added to that if you'd like.
We probably get fried chicken and everything, huh?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So what else do we have here?
And then we added the loaded fries we've had for a few years now, but it was not on the original opening menu. So that's basically French fries topped with queso cheese, fried chicken at whatever heat level you'd like, coleslaw, pickles, and our house comeback sauce. So
loaded is an understatement.
It's a hefty portion too.
That's real.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people get that just as their
That's
entree.
well, I mean, that's huge. It's amazing. All right, let's move on to the staples though. So what do we have here?
These are just our 3-piece tender meal. They come with one side. We got collard greens here that we cook in-house. Take about 8 hours.
Okay, hold on. Our executive producer is an absolute fanatic for collard greens, so let me test these for him.
All right, there you go.
You got a new spot.
Probably what we're most known for is our Hughes Hot Chicken Sandwich. It's served with coleslaw, pickles, and our house comeback sauce. And then that's got some mac and cheese with it.
Hold on, let me hit that mac and cheese.
Those are the hot heat level. So
the folks at home know.
Yeah.
I'm desensitized.
Okay. Fair enough.
So for a lot of folks, that might light you up. That doesn't light me up. So let me try this mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go back there and we're gonna try the crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so what am I in for?
It's the hotter than a mother clucker.
Yes, it is, baby.
And it's pretty hot. It's got ghost pepper in it, so it's hot.
Dude, that is so good. Oh my God, that mac and cheese is real.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take this one home. Oh man, that is delicious. All right, let's go melt faces.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, cool.
Okay, so we're in the kitchen now because, I mean, hotter than a mother clucker is no joke, and you don't want these people out here as like eyes watering and be like, what's going on? So we're in the kitchen, and we're gonna do it, man. But before we do this, this is not the only like spice level you have, right?
No,
like we can go all the way from like no spice,
no heat at all.
Okay.
What we call classic is like traditional fried chicken. I tell people our medium is like runs kind of like a hot at most other places, and then the mother clucker has habanero, and the hotter than a mother clucker has ghost pepper. It's very hot.
Skip the pleasantries, sir. Let's get right down to brass tacks.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. So then we just dip it right in there. All right.
Oh, it's so juicy.
And then we get our shake. So,
all right, let's do it. Oh, go back.
It builds, I will say.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I'm getting a little in my nose.
No, it's really good.
Yeah.
So, straight up, I'm a weirdo. Like, I've desensitized myself with hot stuff. Like I said, my brother Josh and I, we actually do eat these like they're a meal.
Right.
So that is delicious. That is so delicious. Okay, I'm gonna take one more bite because I'm not scared. But I will have to ask you one last question before I let you go. One of the things that we notice is like, you work a lot with Uber Eats, right?
Yeah.
And so So how does working with a company like Uber Eats help propel your business?
Well, for us, the biggest thing is that it gives us the ability to have a delivery service that we otherwise wouldn't have. We also oftentimes will run specials with Uber Eats. So like you can get buy one, get one, meat entrees, things like that. So that's great. So it's a great partnership.
It's a good partnership. Okay.
Yeah.
And then one last thing though, and I would be remiss if I didn't say something about this because my mother-in-law's name is Mimi.
Yes.
And so you have the Mimi sandwich.
Right.
Mimi, you have your own sandwich here.
Right. Named after my mom.
Right.
Also, my boys call my mom Mimi. So
That's
we
awesome.
named it after her.
That's awesome.
She loves swimming in cheese, so that's why.
Hughes, thank you so very much, man.
Absolutely.
This has been a great time. This is so much fun, but I gotta go drink some beer now because my mouth is literally on fire. So if you want to catch this segment again or others like it, just head over to First Coast News Plus. Woo!
There you go.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
On Traffic Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with First Coast News and the First Coast News Plus app. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Stream extended traffic coverage on First Coast News and First Coast News Plus.
The way to screw up your case is to have a lawyer who doesn't sincerely care about you. Because a lawyer who cares is going to do everything he can to make sure that you get everything you're entitled to. It doesn't get more fairer than that.
It's about time.
I had a true partner in my health, that my aches and pains aren't dismissed.
But my health needs aren't treated the same way
as mine.
With Conviva Care Center, it's about time.
Actually, 50% more time with my doctor.
to get the answers I need.
Conviva has been taking care of seniors for more than 50 years.
Finally, I have a team of experts
Taking a proactive approach.
To help me be my healthiest.
At Conviva, our time is spent making sure you make the most of yours. Schedule a tour today.
The Lees are working with Community First on a mortgage for a bigger home. Because working from home,
leveraging our cutting edge
hasn't been working for Howard. With help from Community First, Howard and his family will get that new home and home office. With a fast application process, no closing costs, and great rates, so people like Howard and you can
just be yourself.
So live your best life
with Community First.
To learn more, visit communityfirstfl.org.
It's Kyle's last spin on his turntable from college.
Yeah.
And the first day of Kira's new career in IT. It's the last tea party for Crystal with Miss Marshmallow.
Oh, wow.
And Sarah's first day of management training at Goodwill. When you donate items to Goodwill, you help provide skills training and career placement for people seeking to realize their potential. And the things you love get to start a new life too.
We're whipping up delicious recipes you can make at home.
And I can't wait.
Bon appetit.
We're living a high life.
Living in the kitchen.
Fridays on First Coast Living.
We know why you've put off your best smile. The time, the cost, the anxiety. That's why Aspen Dental is changing how dentistry is done. With leading implant and denture technology and on-site labs that get you in and out. No more waiting for tomorrow. Now's your time to experience the Aspen Dental difference. Get started with 0 down, 0 interest if paid in full within 18 months. Aspen Dental. It's time to smile again.
What was that?
My bad. You wouldn't have a clown on your SWAT team. Just like you wouldn't have anyone but Morgan & Morgan handle your injury case.
We'll get him next time.
Morgan & Morgan.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Live from the studios of First Coast News, Jordan Wilkerson
First Coast Living live.
and David Benfield.
Sounds good to me.
Well, come join us.
This is First Coast Living.
Welcome back. It is now time for Rain or Shine with meteorologist Mike Prangley.
Yes.
And man, I enjoyed this weekend.
Yeah, you're going to love this week because the spring weather is here to stay, and we're jamming with Toto tonight at the
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Looking great. I've got my captain's hat ready, so you know I love my yacht rocks.
Yes.
But Toto.
I love it.
I mean, check it out. So just be careful. We're still in this fog pattern.
Okay.
So we go from foggy to fantastic warm spring afternoons. But when it's this warm this early, you are going to get those issues for the drive home. So there's the thick fog for 10 o'clock. But it should be a lot of fun out there.
Oh my gosh, have so much fun. That's a great venue too.
It is. So you take a look outside right now, 70 degrees. If you have plans, or if you don't have plans, make them now.
Yeah, right.
We look at our
Lunch
satellite
outside.
visible. There's some of that sea fog that'll start to slowly creep in as we head into later on this evening. So look at those visibilities that'll continue to go down as we go into even early to late evening, and then overspreading the entire area by morning. So fog advisories. And we're talking about a weather impact alert officially 7 o'clock tonight till 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
So give yourself a little extra time maybe in the morning commute.
Yes, like this morning. So driving over the Hart Bridge, it was just tough to see.
Oh, it's so scary when that happens.
It was scary. So once again, tomorrow morning, and then here it is. Keep your eyes on that 10-day prize. There you go, Jordan. We got 80s coming our way. As we go into Thursday all the way through the weekend, we're going to spring forward so you get extra evening daylight.
Oh, that's
to
right.
hang out.
Oh, yay. That's
okay, 2 o'clock for Gate River Run's going to be warm. Make sure you hydrate. And the next week, military appreciation for the players.
Amazing.
Looking like more 70s and 80s.
And nice little breeze there, so it'll feel good.
Still no rain yet, so be careful. Still no burning.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for that. All right, David.
Filmmaker, producer, and plasma donation advocate Patrick James Lynch joins us with details to help raise awareness of the importance of plasma donation. Welcome, Patrick. We really appreciate your time this morning. So this topic resonates with you personally. Can you share a bit about your story?
I'd be happy to. Thanks so much for having me. So I have a condition called hemophilia, which is a bleeding disorder. And that means that one of the proteins involved in the clotting process, my body doesn't naturally produce it. So as a child, I was dependent upon medicines made from plasma to frankly stay alive. I wouldn't be here today were it not for the generosity of plasma donors. And hemophilia as a genetic condition doesn't end with me. It is in my family. Tragically, I lost my younger brother to a hemophilia-related incident, which was a stark reminder for me about how severe this condition can be when untreated. And I have a 5-year-old daughter that has hemophilia as well. So bleeding disorders care and access to medications is something that I feel very passionately about.
Patrick, that's quite a story. I'm very glad that you're here, and I'm incredibly sorry to hear about your brother. So what important information should people know about plasma donation?
There's a couple things people should know about plasma donation. Number one, plasma cannot be manufactured. It's only obtained through donation. So it is a scarce and critical resource, which, as I mentioned, is used to make plasma-derived medicines. Patients sometimes have no alternative to these plasma-made medicines. So plasma cannot be manufactured. That's important. And the second thing I'd like people to appreciate is that the need for plasma has never been greater, specifically the need for plasma-made medications. And why is that? Plasma is used in conditions like hemophilia, primary immune deficiency, and other serious conditions that we are diagnosing more and more. We're connecting people to care more and more. And while that's great, if we ultimately don't have the medicine they require to keep people alive and thriving, then we're falling short of our commitment.
Okay, so let me ask you, what's involved in the plasma donation process?
Plasma donation is a low-risk procedure. It's been proven in studies to be as safe as donating blood. A first donation center visit will include a health exam, a questionnaire, and a screening to ensure that the person is indeed a healthy donor. Then the actual donation process itself takes place. The whole thing on a first visit will take about 2 hours, and subsequent visits take about an hour.
Okay, that's great. So how is donating plasma different than donating blood?
That's a good question. So donating plasma differs from donating blood in a couple of ways. Blood is made up of 4 components: red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma, which is the liquid that carries proteins, hormones, and other materials through the body. When we donate blood, we donate all 4 of those components. When we donate plasma, the plasma is extracted and the red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets are returned to the donor. That's why a plasma donation takes a bit longer than a blood donation. And there are a few reasons for that, but ultimately that's the key difference between a blood donation and a plasma donation.
That's very interesting, Patrick. I didn't realize that the white blood cells and the red blood cells and the platelets, they go back into the donor. That's very, very interesting. Hey, before I let you go, where do we go to learn some more information about this topic?
Thank you for that question. So people can learn more by visiting biolifeplasma.com. There's more information there about the process itself, as well as information on the 2 centers that are local to the Jacksonville area.
Patrick, again, thank you so very much for your time this morning. I really do appreciate it, and best of luck to you in the future. And guys at home, if you want to catch this segment again or others like it, just head over to First Coast News Plus.
Well, he made us laugh. Now we're going to really get to know the man, the myth. Well, I don't know if there's much of a myth, but the last Leroy. How you doing? So good to see you again. I'm doing great. And you are so funny, but that visual of the spit, I was like, oh, Lord. But I think a lot of us can relate to that, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Let's talk about how you got into comedy. What ultimately inspired you?
Well, during the time, I was married at the time, and my ex-wife at the time was telling me, Leroy, you're funny. You need to go ahead and start doing something.
Okay, good.
So I was like, okay, I don't think I want to do comedy, but then a friend of mine, he ended up tricking me and sending me to Miami. We went to Miami and we did a clean comedy show down there.
Okay.
And he wrote my name on the list. I didn't even know it, so I was forced to do it. I ain't had no material. And then when that happened, I got bit by the bug. So I've been doing comedy ever since. You know?
Wow. Well, and that would make me nervous if you didn't have anything prepared. So you had to think quickly on your feet. So obviously there is something innate within you that you could just kind of turn on.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But, you know, when you get pushed to do something and you don't want to let nobody down, you got to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So talk about that feeling of that instant gratification when you can make the crowd laugh. And what is that feeling like?
It's like a little bit of euphoria. You know what I mean? It's like you get this boost that you can make complete strangers relate to what you have going on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then on top of that, make it so relatable to where they are able to laugh at it, be able to pull something out of people who have never you have never met them,
right?
Have never seen them, but then they come and see you, and you're able to say something that triggers something in them to cause them to giggle on the inside.
Yeah, you have that positive impact on them.
I try.
Now, who was a positive impact or role model for you? Maybe a comedian we've heard of.
Well, I'm not sure if he's positive. Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb is one of my favorite comedians. No, but let me be real honest with you. I had the opportunity to meet Ali Sadiq.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, when I met him, it kind of changed the dynamic of how I do comedy and things like that. So yeah, it was brief in the time that I met him, but just the opportunity to be able to meet somebody who's in your top 5, it kind of
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you. All right, so how can folks follow along?
Well, you can always find me on all of your social media platforms under The Last Leroy. I got a comedy special coming up. My dog Funny Bone was just on the show. It's called The Great Getaway. But my comedy special called Therapy is going to be coming out June 18th at the Comedy Zone. Make sure that you go ahead and get your tickets. My brother, I'm on his show. He's going to have his comedy special called Stroke Talk 3, finally. So we got a lot of things that's going on in the city, and it's all developing the mindset of positive mental health amongst all.
I think that's wonderful that you're kind of using that as part of your platform too. So
yes.
Thank you so much for joining us and making us laugh this morning. It was really fun.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure coming here. Next time I come, I'm cooking something.
Okay, yeah, we're going to get him in the kitchen next time. So good to see you, and we'll be right back.
There are a lot of good lawyers out there, but the real question is, are they good enough to treat you with dignity and respect? Are they good enough for you? We do things in a timeless, classic way that our clients really appreciate. It doesn't get more fairer than that.
For over 40 years, ProCraft Cabinetry has been the builder's choice for multifamily cabinet solutions. From apartments to condos and large-scale housing developments, our durable cabinets are designed to handle the demands of your projects and are backed by a 5-year warranty. We offer competitive bids, volume discounts, and over 120,000 square feet of in-stock inventory ready for immediate delivery or same-day pickup. Partner with the team that understands your project timelines and keeps things moving. Visit jax.procraftcabinetry.com or stop by today.
At West Shore Home, we make home remodeling easy. And with our 1-week flash sale, anyone that acts right now can lock in 25% off their bathroom remodel. It only takes seconds to get started at westshorebath.com. But appointments are limited, so you need to act now. We help hundreds of homeowners a week replace their old baths. And our teams of design consultants and highly trained employee installers are ready to assist from start to finish. We'll show you all the modern styles and options and work with you to design your dream bath. And now's your chance to get that project completed with flash sale savings. Now through Saturday, call and schedule your appointment to lock in 25% off your bathroom remodel. Plus, any homeowner that calls today can get started with no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That means you can get your dream bath now and not worry about making a single payment until an entire year after your project is complete. Don't miss out. Call, scan, or visit westshorebath.com to get started. West Shore Home, remodeling reimagined.
I'm Brad. No, I'm Brad. No, you're Justin. Is the thought of selling your property this confusing? We're Prime Buyers and twin brothers, making it easy to sell your house for cash. We've dealt with every situation: rundown rentals, serious repairs, foreclosure, divorce, family disputes. You don't need to fix a thing. So before you call a realtor, save the commission and let's talk. I think we may be the right property buyer for you. Call Prime Buyers at 904-267-0000.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears.
If you've ever spotted a red flag on social media or a dating app, you know the swipe left instinct. But scammers are counting on people to ignore those warning signs. So joining us now to help you protect your heart and your wallet is Denise Lienhard, General Manager of Zelle. Thank you so much for joining us. And you know, romance scams continue to be a growing concern. And what are you seeing, and what should people keep in mind when they swipe, scroll, and even message?
So unfortunately, romance scams are increasing every day. And what we see in terms of where they start is they start on social media platforms, they start in dating apps, potentially online marketplaces, and even in those text messages or phone calls that you'll receive from people that you don't know. So really, it's important when you're conversing on any of these platforms to really verify the identity. Or if you receive a phone call or a text from somebody that you don't know, you don't need to pick up the phone, just let it ring.
Yes, I do that. What do they call it? Screening your calls. If I don't know it, I'm going to let you leave a message if it's important, and if it's not, then bye. So why do scammers, though, look to push conversations into private DMs or even text messages?
Yeah, so what we see is scammers, they may start the conversation on a dating app or an online marketplace or a social media platform, and then pretty quickly they'll try to get you to move to a phone call or a text message. And when you move into these private channels, you just have less safeguards, and you have less ways to verify the identity. So be really, really thoughtful and careful before you make that move.
Yeah, it sounds pretty scary too. How should people use digital payments safely then, as intended?
Yeah, so it's so interesting. When we think about romance scams, the conversation could actually be happening for weeks or months at a time before money is even mentioned. But then when you are using digital payments platforms, it's really important to use it like you would with cash. So you should only be sending digital payments to people that you know, love, and trust. On the Zelle platform, we actually have billions of data points in order to ensure that our platform is safe and secure, and we have great fraud detection. In 2025 alone, we actually had $1.2 trillion in terms of volume running on our platform, with an average spend of about $300. That high average spend indicates that people are using these digital payment platforms for things like rent, paying childcare, paying the small businesses that they know, really using it for those everyday expenses and paying people that they know and trust, which is really what these digital payments platforms are intended for.
Yeah, you mentioned supporting small businesses. We know many people use those digital payments for that. So how does Zelle fit into that specifically?
So at Zelle, we love our small businesses. So we have approximately 8 million small businesses on the platform who are using us every day. And these small businesses are using us not only to get paid, like that babysitter or that nanny, but they're also using Zelle in order to potentially buy supplies or to even pay their employees. So it really becomes the lifeblood of these small businesses as they start to move money. The other thing we have is we have 2,400 financial institutions on the network, and the majority of those financial institutions are community banks and credit unions. Again, really thinking about the small business economy and really fueling Main Street.
Well, I think that's wonderful. I've definitely used Zelle before and had a great experience. So for those who want more information, though, where can they go?
You can go to Zelle.com in order to learn more.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today and for keeping us safe. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And everyone at home, if you would like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus.